Gordon Marshall, the man who threatened to blow himself up outside of court earlier this year, today appeared inside court facing another 9 years in prison for his actions. The 48-year-old sparked a manhunt in July when he failed to return to a northern suburbs pre-release centre after being let out for the day to work. Marshall has a long criminal history. He was just 17 years old when he shot dead a police officer in 1985. After completing his term for murder, he committed a string of other offences that saw him repeatedly in and out of prison. Today, the court heard Marshall had 3 beers while he was out of the pre-release centre and panicked when he realised he'd be breath tested on his return. The next day, he made a bomb threat outside the city's main courthouse, demanding to speak to a judge or a lawyer in an attempt to surrender. During sentencing today, the court heard while Marshall had no explosives on him, the sheriff's officer he approached was scared for her life. "I felt very unsafe and terrified of what might have happened. I hope I never have to go through that feeling of terror again. I'm trying to move on." This isn't Marshall's first escape. He fled from the Youth Training Centre in 1986 and then again from the Cadell Training Centre in 1995. Judge Tracy gave Marshall a discounted sentence for pleading guilty, 14 months behind bars. He'll be eligible for parole in 9 months. Lauren Rose, 10 Eyewitness News. In a 6-day trial, the jury heard Kurt Field and Brooke Prince were wanting to start a new life together with their 9-month-old baby and 2 other children aged 2 and 4, princes from a previous partner. On Saturday, the 23rd of January, they were travelling along the Strzelecki track in a stolen car on their way to Broken Hill when they were detected by police but unable to be detained. The couple then abandoned the car and took off on foot near Lyndhurst, camping overnight before giving themselves up the next evening. The group was taken to Lee Creek Hospital and treated for dehydration, and Field and Prince were charged with 3 counts each of endangering the lives of the children. They began their trial at the Port Augusta Magistrates Court last week, and after a 4-hour deliberation yesterday afternoon, the jury came back with 3 unanimous guilty verdicts for both Field and Prince. They'll return to court next Wednesday for sentencing submissions before being sentenced in Adelaide at a later date. The maximum penalty is 18 years imprisonment for each count. Now, Field had already pleaded guilty to the theft of the car and to an assault charge, but was also up for additional assault and arson charges. To those counts, the jury returned a majority verdict of not guilty.